All right, what does it feel like to have a panic attack? 4 years ago, when I was laying in the bed and watching a UFC match between Khabib Nurmagomedov and some other guy, I had my first panic attack. I was just watching the video, and all of a sudden, a subconscious thought came to the surface of my conscious mind, and it immediately triggered a whole range of bodily changes. I immediately ran to the mirror and I saw my face twitching. I saw my pupils were getting dilated, and all of a sudden, I experienced this intense heart beating, this heart palpitation. And then I immediately fell on my knees. I started to experience shortness of breath. And then I saw that my door was locked, and I immediately thought, oh my God, I am going to die here with my door locked. At least I need to open my door, and at least I need to let my family know about it. I opened the door, I called my younger brother, and I just collapsed right in front of him. That was my first experience of panic attack. And then I had another panic attack when I was teaching a student of mine, and I was giving a home tuition to this guy, and I experienced another panic attack. And that was when I decided to change. I was training to become a doctor in a medical school in Nepal, and I didn't want to go to therapy sessions or buy anxiety pills because I knew that they were not going to treat the root cause. So I decided to turn inwards. I decided to study about the power of human mind, about consciousness, about true essence of religion, about spirituality. And that was how I came up with my system of solving panic attacks. Now, before I tell you about what really solves panic attack, I need you to understand one simple thing, and that is curiosity. I learned about curiosity from Leonardo da Vinci. Da Vinci was a very curious guy. He did not just stay in his own lane. He didn't just paint some Mona Lisa and just called it a day. He was interested in engineering. He was interested in all sorts of art and poetry. In fact, the things that he learned from engineering, he applied to the science of human anatomy while drawing paintings like the Vitruvian Man and Mona Lisa. You need to become really curious in order to build something that lasts for a very long time. And right now, you want to build a mental health that lasts for a very long time. You do not want to just have a quick fix for your panic attack. That is not going to solve your panic attacks. You need to change your mind in such a way that it lasts for a long time. And the first step of doing that is becoming curious. You need to ask yourself questions like, what will my life going to look like after I have become free from panic attacks? What are the things that I'm going to see in my world after I have become completely free from panic attacks? What are my friends and family going to say to me after I become the amazing version of myself? Am I going to date another girl now that my girlfriend left me for another guy because she thought that I was not an impressive guy? What are the things that I can do after I have become free that I currently cannot do? Maybe you're not drinking coffee and a little wine right now because you're afflicted with panic attacks. You can imagine that you will be able to do all of those things, right? You need to become really curious. What are the things that you're going to smell after you have become free from panic attacks? Maybe you can smell the aroma of coffee. Right now, you cannot drink coffee if you're afflicted with anxiety and panic attacks. The reason why curiosity is such a big thing is because all of this imagination, all of this future anticipatory scenes provide you hope. And hope is a very wonderful thing. If you constantly imagine all the wonderful things happening to you, if you constantly imagine all the wonderful things that you can do after you have healed your panic attacks, then your brain becomes primed for you to actually influence your body and completely overcome your panic attacks. Now that you have followed your curiosity, and lay down certain points that signify to your brain, that signifies to your body that this is the future that you want to live. Now that becomes a clear intention for your future. That imagination becomes a very clear map for your brain and body to aspire towards. Now what you have to do is you have to combine elevated feelings of joy, gratitude, empowerment to this clear intention of yours. If you can combine a clear intention of you living an amazing life which is free from panic attacks, you combine this intention with the feelings of joy, gratitude, and empowerment that you feel within your body, then you actually become free from panic attacks. This is what manifestation means. So what you're going to do is you do yoga nidra, which means you place your attention on various different body parts one by one until you achieve a state of sleepiness or relaxation. People like Dr. Andrew Huberman have been calling yoga nidra as non-sleep deep rest protocol. What yoga nidra does is it enables your brain to visualize things clearly, and all of that visualization will go right into your subconscious mind after you do yoga nidra, because your brain will be producing alpha waves and theta waves. Now when you do yoga nidra, you have to start to imagine all the different scenarios that you're going to do after you become free from panic attacks. And you are going to involve all the sensory vividness to your imaginal act. The things that you can see, the wonderful things that you can hear from your friends, family, your girlfriend after you become free. The things that you can smell, things that you can taste, things that you can touch after you have become free and after you have become this upgraded version of yourself. Now, if you can properly hold your attention on this imaginal act, you're going to derive feelings while mentally rehearsing this imaginal act in your mind. Now you have just derived feelings, you have just embraced the emotional aspect of your imaginal scene. That means you have combined the intention with feelings. You have just become a manifestation expert by simply combining these two things. That's what people like Neville Goddard teach. Imagination creates reality, but only when you can embrace the emotion of your imagination. So this is how you completely overcome your panic attacks and live an amazing life. Now, if you want one-on-one personalized coaching, then message me on my Gmail or my WhatsApp, which are linked in the description box down below and the pinned comment section down below. Subscribe and I will see you in the next video.